This is a USB-C laptop docking station designed for dual 4K monitor display with a vertical docking mechanism mainly for laptops to operate in clamshell mode. The clever engineering of this vertical docking mechanism is made compatible with laptops with thickness of up to 4 cm. Apart from the dual 4K monitor, this vertical docking station also features 10 gigabits per second USB-C ports and a bunch of USB Type-A ports for peripherals, an Ethernet port, and you also get to charge your laptop at the same time. The coolest thing is that all of these features run through the docking station using this single USB-C cable plugged directly into your laptop. This works flawlessly with the Windows machine, however, Mac users might find this a little disappointing, but do stick around as there is something in store for you. Hi, my name is Ken and today we'll be taking a look at this 11-in-1 USB-C docking station from Pulwtop that features a vertical laptop docking layout. Talk about everything there is to know about this dock, the features it offers, the things that I like and dislike, and my overall thoughts. As usual, disclaimers first, Pulwtop did send over this unit for a review. However, they have no say in whatever they'll be sharing in this video, and everything I say is of my own opinion. With that out of the way, let's dive right in. Starting with the unboxing, we get the main unit right here, an instruction manual, and a braided USB-C to USB-C cable. And here's the main unit, surrounded by all sorts of ports, like 2 HDMI port, USB-C ports at the sides, a RJ45 gigabit Ethernet port, and some USB-A ports. And that's everything that came inside the box. Do note that there is no power adapter included in this package. Now, a quick look at around the entire vertical docking station. The dimensions sit at around 155mm in length, 110mm in width, and about 120mm in height. And it weighs in at around 560 grams. Now, the build quality on this dock is made from aluminum alloy with smooth surface finishing all around. There are soft silicone rubber pads all around, inside of the walls, and at the base where your laptop sits vertically. There are also rubber feet at the base for stability. Overall, a very solid build. Now, from the front, you have Pulwtop's branding, and the main controller unit is situated on the other side. Now, let me show you how the vertical docking mechanism works. As you can see here, the insides of the two vertical walls that hold the laptop vertically are layered with silicone pads for protection against scratching your laptop, and towards the bottom is where the engineering of this vertical dock is all about. As you place your laptop in between these walls, upon reaching the base of the dock inside, it brings together both the walls, essentially closing the walls, pushing the walls inwards, forming a firm grip on the laptop vertically like such. Quite an innovative idea. Instead of fumbling with screws to adjust the different thickness of your laptop, it literally adjusts itself automatically depending on the laptop that you are using. And that's a quick look at the mechanism of the vertical docking station. Now we'll talk about all the features and ports that are available on the back of this docking station. As you can see, there is 2 HDMI 2.0 ports that support up to 4K 60Hz, essentially making this ideal for dual 4K monitor extension if you are using a Windows machine. But if you are using a Mac, then you might be a little disappointed. As mentioned in my previous video on the KVM switch from Pulwtop, due to Apple Silicon's limitation on the M1, M2 and M3 base model chips, it only supports up to 1 external display, and even when using the Pro and Max chipset, you get mirrored display due to the SST single stream transfer limitation. However, there is another variant of the same vertical dock that I will share with you towards the end of the video for Mac users. Right beside the HDMI port is a 1 gigabit RJ45 Ethernet port if you rely on Ethernet to get connected to the internet or simply hooking this up to a server. And next to it, there are 2 5 gigabit USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type-A ports, which are solely used for data transfers only. Now moving on to the right side of the dock is where the faster ports are located. You have 3 USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports, where 2 of them are USB Type-C ports and 1 of them USB Type-A port that allows for data transfer with speeds up to 10 gigabits per second. Now these are the ports that you would want to connect your NVMe SSD external drives for the maximum read and write speeds. Now onto the other side, we have 2 other USB-C ports, the one labeled PD-in as recommended by Pulwtop that you should at least use a 65 watt USB-C input to ensure that there is enough power to charge your laptop. This is because this USB-C port is used not only to power up the controller unit on this docking station, it is also used to supply power delivery charging to your laptop via the second USB-C labeled 2 hosts. Now this USB-C port is the key connection of that one single USB-C connection where everything connected to the vertical docking station will now be connected to your laptop using this USB-C. And finally, the last USB Type-A port is what you can already guess. That is your peripheral devices like a mouse or keyboard. So the vertical docking station works as advertised. When using a laptop machine, I was able to connect up to 2 monitors at the same time with all of my keyboard and mouse connected. My Windows machine not only outputs 2 additional displays, it is also charging, which is ideal for working in clamshell mode. However, the thing that I noticed when using 2 different aspect ratio monitors, I have the 4K Innocent 27C1UD monitor as well as an ultra-wide LG 29WK600, both with different resolutions and aspect ratio, and it seems like when both of these monitors are used, my 4K monitor's available resolution is sort of capped at what my LG monitor supplies, which is at 2560 1080p, which is the native 21:9 aspect ratio, so I can't really enjoy 4K from my 4K monitor. Now, knowing that Apple Silicon will not be able to output 2 displays, I plugged in my M1 MacBook Air into the vertical dock, and as expected, even though both the monitors are in play, but they are mirroring the display from the extended monitor due to the SST, a limitation on the base model Apple Silicon chip. Now, this is the same case for the Pro and Max chipset on MacBooks. These higher tier chipsets can output 2 or more extended monitor support, given that if you run it through both HDMI and USB-C port, like how I usually run them. So again, just a heads up, if you are looking to use this with your MacBook, especially in clamshell mode, you have 2 monitors, but when your laptop is in clamshell mode, you actually lose that 1 display, and both the monitors are actually mirrored of one of the extended displays, so eventually you get only 1 display. I also happen to run some disk tests with the 10 gigabits per second USB-C port using the Blackmagic disk speed test. When connected to the dock with a 10 gigabits NVMe M.2 SSD enclosure from Pulwtop using a 2TB Figwatt FN955 SSD, I was able to get a maximum write speed of about 1200 megabytes per second and a read speeds of about 640 megabytes per second, which holds up to the 10 Gbps data transfer standards. And with the Ethernet jack, I was able to get a solid 70 to 80 megabits per second, as you can see right here. The rest of the ports are the 5 Gbps USB Type-A ports, and you can use it to connect to audio interface, webcams, or simply connecting it to a KVM switch or any other USB devices. So after using this for slightly less than 2 weeks, here are some of my thoughts with it. Overall, it works as advertised, a vertical docking station that prioritizes saving space on your desk. It doubles down as a single USB-C cable solution as a USB hub. However, personally, I'm not a huge fan of using laptops in clamshell mode in terms of productivity, as you not only have 1 less display, you also lose access to your laptop's keyboard and trackpad unless you have a different set of peripheral devices. However, I do find the idea of having only 1 screen and your favorite set of peripherals for getting into the flow state to have 100% focus on the task at hand, given the overly stimulating world we are in. So I do believe that having a separate desk setup solely for getting work done is a great idea. Everything you need is all connected via this one USB-C cable. Now, the main idea of tucking away your laptop in clamshell mode, in my opinion, is to sort of free up some desk space. As you can see, my desk is quite crowded at the moment, and I literally cannot afford to put my MacBook in front of my monitors, as the bottom part of the monitor is usually blocked by the MacBook's screen. So working in clamshell mode with an ultra-wide monitor could be something that you are looking for. Now, if you want my unfiltered, honest opinion, I think that this vertical dock doesn't cut it for me personally for my workflow as a content creator. Some of the most basic things like a SD card reader that is missing even on the M1 MacBook Air, it is also nowhere to be found on this docking station. You could use another USB-C hub that comes included with an SD card reader, but having it natively on the vertical docking station would be nice. Also, I would love to have a 40 gigabits per second USB-C port that is either a Thunderbolt 3 or Thunderbolt 4 on the docking station as well. Having higher read and write speeds from an external NVMe SSD drive is always welcome. Given Apple's absurd cost to performance upgrade on device storages, when using a Mac, it is almost certain that most people will get an external SSD drive to go with it. To me, I feel that 10 Gbps nowadays is usually not fast enough, especially if you are doing video editing off an external SSD. It gets choppy during playback when there are a lot of things going on. I currently have the 40 Gbps enclosure from Acasis as my main drive plugged into the Thunderbolt 4 dock from Pulwtop, which I made a review on it. You can check it out if you are interested in the Thunderbolt 4 dock. It has served me well with the read and write speeds, almost the same as plugging the SSD directly into the Thunderbolt 4 port on the M1 Max Studio. That being said, if you are using a Windows machine that requires dual monitor support, if so, then I think this will be a solution for your needs. However, if you are a Apple fanboy who happens to be using the M1, M2 or M3 chip, especially for content creation, I would highly recommend you not to get this unit. Instead, consider this other variant of the docking station, the BD216A, that is quite similar in terms of the design and footprint. They do have the same exact vertical laptop docking mechanism. However, this other variant comes with a 10 gigabits per second built-in NVMe SSD enclosure, suitable for expanding the storage on your MacBook for editing off the external SSD. You also get a SD and TF card slot reader, but at the cost of only getting one external display, which is totally fine because you can only have one display regardless. In the next couple of weeks, I'll be putting together a everything to know video talking about the BD216A, so be sure to be subscribed to the channel to not miss that video. That being said, if you are interested in this video's variant of the vertical docking station that is shown in the video, that is the BD216C, mainly for Windows machine, it is currently priced at $100. For more information, be sure to check it out at Pulwtop's website, or be sure to leave a link in the description box down below. Once again, a huge shout out to Pulwtop for sending over this unit for review. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys found this video insightful. As always, if you have any questions or anything that you want me to test, feel free to leave me a comment down below. I'll be sure to get back to you guys as soon as possible. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in. My name is Ken. I'll catch you all in the next one. Stay safe, peace out, and bye-bye.